can hold my hand, we can play in the graveyard, dream about joining in.
Hello everyone, it is Esther here and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about the film The Slumber Party Massacre. So first I need to address something. Basically in these videos I was planning to do one of those like 30-day film challenges where you answer questions, but I was going to like add this to my every review that I make, but I completely forgot about it, so I need to catch up with that. So let's just get on with it. So at the end of this video I will be answering the last 4 questions that I forgot about, and yeah, basically that's it. So The Slumber Party Massacre. This film is a very weird slasher from the 80s, I believe, either 80s or 70s, I can't really remember. It was sort of like a mix of both, it felt like, although I'm not really an expert on like fashion and culture in those times, because I don't really do historical stuff. I do films. I know films and I study films, and sometimes I make a couple of shit films, you know? Yeah, so considering my knowledge in shit films, this one was definitely a bit of a weird one. So the Slumber Party Massacre is pretty much just like any slasher. There's teenagers, there's a lot of nudity, there's a creepy dude who's killing them and possibly punishing them for their sins. You know, just the typical slasher. Friday the 13th, you know, sort of style. But with this slasher, it's a bit different, and I will get into that pretty quickly. So, first of all, the killer does not wear a mask, and I find this super weird because in a lot of films, the killer either wears a mask or, for example, in A Nightmare on Elm Street, he's just a weird, dead dream creature, and you know, there's something wrong with his face. So, I find it kind of weird that he actually shows his face in this one, even in such shite films as My Bloody Valentine. The guy wears a mask because you're not supposed to know who it is. It's supposed to be a secret, you know. But yeah, in this one, he just doesn't even show. He just doesn't even hide his face at all. He doesn't even bother, and I found that kind of weird. It didn't make it. It didn't really add to the scares. It sort of just made it feel a bit bland and lazy, like they couldn't be asked to think of like a cool mask for him, which I think is why, like, well, one of the reasons why this film is so unmemorable compared to the other pioneering slashers such as Friday the 13th. um Other than that, though, it follows a lot of tropes. There's a slumber party, aka a sleepover, as we in Britain call it, and these girls are all hanging out and, you know, doing girly things, and there's these creepy dudes who, like, watch them through the window, get changed. Lovely. And one by one, they get killed, and oh no, the lights are broken, and oh no, we can't get a hold of anyone, and oh no, our neighbours are really dumb and they don't realise that all the screaming coming from our house is actual murder. So yeah, it's kind of everyone's stupid and all teenagers are dumb, and yeah, that's the end of the story sort of film. So I don't really have anything interesting to say about it, but you know, I watched it, so I might as well acknowledge that I've seen it. I wouldn't really recommend it. I thought it was kind of crap, but compared to like Friday the 13th Part 3, I think, or 4, I can't remember. The last Friday the 13th film I watched was really bad and really boring. This was slightly better than that because at least it was kind of interesting and the characters were like okay. It was just, you know, kind of unmemorable, and all I can really remember from it is like the graphic nudity of females in this film. I feel like this is literally just a disguise for like softcore porn, to be fair. Yeah. I wouldn't recommend this film. That's the end of it. So I forgot to answer the last 4 questions in the challenge. I'm doing very, very well with like catching up with, you know, uploads and uploading daily, but I'm not doing very well with answering the questions. So first of all, we have question number 5. What is your favourite drama film/films? And for me, I would have to say Lolita, the 1997 version, Parasite, which I watched recently and I absolutely adored, My Own Private Idaho, which I think I would classify as a drama because I don't really know where else to classify it. It's very experimental and I absolutely love it. Little Women, amazing film which deserves so much more praise and more awards, honestly. And Lady Bird, which is directed by Greta Gerwig, who also did Little Women. The next day is what are your favourite comedy films? And mine would be Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, Superbad, In Bruges, an absolutely incredible film, which I actually have a video about, Drop Dead Fred, and Booksmart. Drop Dead Fred is definitely a childhood film for me. I watched it when I was way too young to understand all the jokes, but I watched it again recently and honestly it was just incredible. You can find it on YouTube in very low quality, but if you want to watch it properly, then I definitely recommend, like, you know, ethically buying it. Day 7 is what films do you watch to make you happier, or what films make you happy? And a lot of films that make me happy, to be honest, but these ones are like the biggest ones that I watch if I'm feeling a bit down. So they are Moonrise Kingdom, because of how quirky and amazing it is, In Bruges, because of how absolutely hilarious it is, Howl's Moving Castle, because need I say more, it's Howl's Moving Castle, it's fucking incredible. And that's it for the happy films. And for the sad films, aka films that I cried at, we have the documentary Amy, which is about Amy Winehouse. We studied this in college and like all the girls in the class were crying at the end of it. It Chapter 2. I've seen this film 2 or 3 times now and I cried every single time. Oh dear, it's just soul crushing at the end. The Goldfinch, I cried at the end of this film because, yeah, first of all, because it was a bad film. Well, no, not really. But also because of just how heartbreaking it is. I definitely would recommend the book, though. Watch the film if you want to. I also have a video essay about this. Call Me By Your Name, which I also have a video essay about, and As You Are, which I need to make one about because that film is so underrated and incredible, and also, wink wink, it's on YouTube for free. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys tomorrow with another review. Hopefully tomorrow's will be better because this film was really boring. I will see you guys later. Goodbye. Ashnikko.